OG Fortnite. The days many of us wish we could just go back to and replay. When everything in the game felt fresh, unseen, and most of all fun. But we can't. Well, that was until this one solution came about. OG Fortnite projects. Developers started to create their own game launchers by mining and emulating old files of the game. With this, OG Fortnite community projects started popping up all over the place. Project Era, Project Nova, EasyFN, the list goes on. But after spending hours upon hours researching these projects, I started to go down a very steep rabbit hole, stumbling upon hundreds of people who have allegedly had their details stolen, been banned from Fortnite, and even worse, had Trojan viruses or Bitcoin miners installed onto their devices, all because they wanted to re-experience the game at what many would consider its peak. This is the sketchy world of OG Fortnite projects. Caution, this video is not a verdict stating what projects you should or shouldn't play, rather a neutral perspective compiled with my personal research. Nonetheless, sit back and enjoy. OG Fortnite. This term usually refers to the version of Fortnite between Chapter 1, Season 1 through 8. This opinion of course will differ from person to person, but the fact of the matter is that the game is nearly 7 years old now, with Fortnite currently being in Chapter 5, Season 3. The game is still the same as before, just thousands of updates later. Yet, this subjects the game to many complaints. The main ones being, sweats ruined the game, the old map was better, and that there's just too much. I mean, they're partnering with LEGO, having festivals, and now they have infinite creative maps, esports, and various other opportunities to explore. But no, many people don't like how Fortnite is today. Though personally, I believe the main component contributing to this idea that OG Fortnite was better is the feeling of nostalgia. It's a feeling we all enjoy every now and then, that sense of belongingness and affiliation, then in this case mixed with the fresh feeling of Fortnite within its early seasons. So what solutions are there for this apparent issue that Fortnite's not good anymore? Well, nothing. I mean, you can wear whatever you consider to be an OG cosmetic, but you can't go back. Those are memories and good ones at most. Now, this is where developers disagreed, and hence a solution was found. OG Fortnite projects. Fan-made initiatives that attempt to recreate the original or early versions of Fortnite, specifically Battle Royale. These projects are often nostalgia communities, a group of passionate people who reflect upon and wish to go back to what they consider the good old times, doing so with these launches. Now, there's a few ways that developers can create these OG Fortnite projects. First being data mining. This allows developers to dig into Fortnite's old game files and extract resources. Second being server emulation. Developers can recreate and mimic aspects of earlier Fortnite versions through applications such as Unity themselves. Then there's creative remakes, but those are pretty much safe, unless there are payments or other malicious strings attached, that is. And also, many people complain about these creative Fortnite remakes, as they're too limited and just look like shit. Alright, so we know that people can emulate and recreate old versions of Fortnite for others to play, but how exactly is this sketchy? Well, after researching constantly over the last few weeks, and with some assistance from project insiders, I've been able to discover a lot, and truly see how fishy this circle of the Fortnite community really is. First and foremost, don't take my word for it, but I have thoroughly digged into many of these popular launches ranging from Project Era to Project Reboot, and as hard as I tried, couldn't find much at all. Though one of, if not the largest Fortnite launcher today, had a disturbingly high number of allegations, which I want to address. From hidden Trojan viruses to their main developer allegedly being a Nazi, this is Project Nova. Like every other project, Nova is an OG Fortnite emulator, currently hosting multiplayer servers on Season 9 version 9.41. Nova's launcher allows you to download and store your builds, manage account settings and other basic functions, along with playing online multiplayer. It has subscriptions, errors every now and then, basically everything you'd expect from an OG Fortnite project launcher. But it's taken a lot of heat in the past, and in the process, Nova's reputation has been put on the verge many times. This next portion of the video will primarily be revolved around Project Nova's allegations, and then I'll be talking about the two most dangerous project launches to date. I joined a variety of OG Fortnite project Discord servers in search for some definitive answers. So to get an insight into what was really going on behind the scenes, I'd contacted over 50 of these supposed trolls throughout the largest projects today. That being Project Beyond, Rift, EasyFN, Reboot, and Nova. And just to put my results into perspective, 40 of these 50 individuals were from Project Nova. So what were these main allegations about? Well, there were 5 primary categories that stood out. Number 1. Trojan viruses. Hidden files within a project's launcher that can slow down and manipulate devices in a number of ways. Number 2. Stolen account information. The most reported being Steam, Discord, and Epic Games. Number 3. Main accounts being banned on Fortnite because they either installed or used a launcher. Number 4. Hidden Bitcoin miners. Allowing developers to earn from your expense unknowingly. Number 5. Scams. Whether via Discord or subscription, there's a surprisingly high number of sketchy people within the OG Fortnite community, posting malicious links and hacking others. Now that that's all out of the way, where do these allegations even come from, and what do the project staff have to say about them themselves? Well, it starts with this false positive narrative. Projects over the years, most commonly Nova and Error, have been accused of things such as installing Bitcoin miners, having Trojans, other viruses, and stealing important information, all from downloading their launcher. And Nova's launcher in particular seems to get flagged quite often as having malicious malware along with other things. Not only that, Project Error, when it was running, it's now shut down, accused Nova and their owners of quite heinous crimes. From calling Project Nova's 15-year-old developer a pedophile, to absolutely accusing the hell out of their game's launcher. Their rivalry was personal. So I found this very interesting and wanted to know more. I was eager to gain some insight, and it definitely shined a new perspective on Nova for me. For as I was researching Project Nova, the internet was completely bagging the launcher with names and accusations. Here is Nova's response, and be sure to stay till the end as I asked who Nova themselves thought to be legitimately dangerous projects within the community. Why do people associate Project Nova as one of the more sketchy or potentially dangerous launches? I was told, the association between Nova and all the negativity has stemmed from a combination of false rumors stirred about by community members, YouTubers like BenFN and Eon aiding in this. People often have unanimous uncertainty due to an experience with applications like Nova. Further, people have to keep in mind that we're not some multi-billion-dollar company. We're a group of mostly teenagers that are passionate about the OG Fortnite community, and people fail to understand that. So essentially what they're saying, and false positives are the next question, is that people often make rumors surrounding Nova as they're inexperienced with launcher applications. And that since Project Nova is no multi-billion-dollar company, just mostly passionate teenagers, there's no need for scandals. What is a false positive, and in the case of Nova specifically? False positives are not uncommon. Anything that flags as a positive when it shouldn't is hereby a false positive. A man could test positive for being pregnant, but obviously it's wrong. So these narratives don't just correlate to Nova. But in Project Nova's case, a false positive is a file that flags as a virus when it isn't one. This used to happen as a result of us not having proper certificates due to their costs. As again, we're no massive company with stupid amounts of money. Fortunately though, we've been able to obtain these certificates for the new launcher. So the launcher shouldn't flag anymore. Essentially, when it comes to owning any executable application and publicizing it, you have to pay for a key either for an individual or company. Nova just until recently wasn't able to. As the staff member said, Nova's no massive company with stupid amounts of money. Anyway, once you begin to pay for a key's validity every year, websites like Antivirus Total will stop flagging files as false positives. Has Nova previously had a bad history or any notable incidents that maybe caused certain people to try ruin your reputation? Yes, Nova's had quite the history, with many past incidents helping those who are trying to stick a negative connotation against the project. And Project Error played a large role, being our main competitor. One major incident would occur on August 18th, 2023, when Error posted a series of threads on Twitter, exposing Nova for all the terrible things they want the community to believe we are. As Error since shut down, getting a cease and desist from Epic Games, the thread is now gone, and they've also rebranded to UEFN Maps. Over time though, rumors have continued to spread like wildfire. Among various malicious practice allegations, Error additionally accused Nova's main developer, Ender, of being a Nazi, because of a drawing he did at 12 years old. So Error, obviously being a large competitor, wanted some blood. I don't know any 12-year-old Nazis, but nonetheless, Ender, now 15 years old, would respond to these allegations, stating, "So basically there's this guy in the Project Error Fortnite community that has been posting allegations on TikTok like calling me a pedophile, I'm 15 years old. He is not endorsed by Error, but they won't do anything about it unless Nova and I post certain things on our social media. and only then they'll do something about the issue. Not to mention owners and admins of Error willfully and purposefully doing it to another owner of Nova, Z Crushers, 16 years old at the time, a while back because they didn't like who he was associated with. Ender went on to post a photo of his birth certificate and other photos related to the allegations and Error's supposed propaganda. Nova's staff member went on to conclude, stating, "Nova and its staff aren't perfectly innocent and haven't done no wrong, but much of what has happened has been blown out of proportion. Not every member or myself agree with the actions of others, but we take accountability regardless." To your knowledge, are there currently any launches that are known to be fishy, or that legitimately are known for having viruses or scams throughout project communities? Yes, there have been previous projects that have been known to be genuinely dangerous or otherwise harmful. Two of the most well known being Fmod. Being a similar project to Nova and Error, they hosted multiplayer servers on Season 8, version 8.51. The only difference being that the launcher had some sort of token logger, stealing information from thousands of users. In this tweet by G-Matrix Games, a highly reputable programmer, he exposes Fmod in countless ways, alleging that the launcher scrapes Discord payment info, stored Epic sessions, and browser user data, overall just being a risk for user data and privacy. Cosmos, an OG Fortnite emulator that is arguably the worst of them all. The main difference between Fmod and Cosmos being that they weren't nearly as big, but the terrible things they did were definitely on another scale. The same reputable Twitter source states to stay away from this project. They're stealing a ton of stuff from artists, but worst of all, their website is leaking email addresses of players' accounts. And those were all my questions to Nova's current social media manager. So what do I think? Well, whether some aspects are more factual than others, I believe there's just heaps of drama within the community. Whether it's real or not, I'm not trying to tell you what project launches you should or shouldn't use. But at the same time, I wanted to get Nova's own perspective on this matter, as they were getting really bagged. I mean, I've seen constant videos such as the one by BenFN and Eon, all bagging Nova and no other launches, when, if anything, there's really nothing more you can pick up from Nova that you could in another launcher. Nonetheless, Nova has had a turbulent history, that's for sure. I mean, who puts a pedophile and Nazi allegation against a child? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more of this type of content, then hitting that subscribe button and giving the video a thumbs up helps a lot. That's all. Peace.